It's time for Power Hour.
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
Hello, traders. Welcome to the Monday stream, the monthly candle close stream. This comes around every 31 days. The last 60 minutes before the monthly close, right? So, terrible day, right? Awful. Bitcoin down over $2,000. May not even be done, right? Like, we're at Power Hour, man. So, look what they're doing. Look at the price action correlation to a key level, historical level. 63,588. We all know that. I mean, that's like that and 64,899. That's everything until 58.4 to 57.5. Just about. There's 61.7 there, but not a great day. But at the same time, you tell me, have sellers put in a lower low even from the low we saw on the 25th or the 22nd? Not yet. I mean, again, it could be happening very soon, but it just hasn't occurred yet. So no need to get like completely freaked out. It's just we always would prefer to witness the price of an asset always above a historical level, which right now we're kind of right below it, but it's okay. What I was talking about today was a little bit of similarity. What I'm seeing structurally from the 20th to now, kind of like what we saw end of December, early January of this year, where they just kept making slightly higher highs, but every time they'd pull back, they'd make a higher low until the final and formal shakeout of our time. So if we are going to witness a bearish breakdown below this key level, if we're going to start taking, out these local lows here, we're going to start marking down 61.7, we'll be asking the question, like, what kind of follow through price action are we really getting with this breakdown here? Because January 22nd, it was over. It was done, dude. We were screwed until 4 days later, right? The buyers came back in. There was zero follow through from the sellers. Buyers came back in. We recaptured the level and then even back tested it as support before heading on up to all-time highs right there, that fateful March 14th, 2024. So we'll be watching, waiting for that. You're breaking the 200-day simple moving average, and that might be confirmed in 50 minutes. But again, man, like, really all we got to do, like, if you ask me, like, what I would prefer, we never really break this level. Never was. Okay, we're back above 63,588. Up timbers here. We're going to moon. If bad stuff happens, pray to God we retest 58.4, 57.5 successfully for a second time, and it would be like a check back on the weekly, because the daily we can clearly see it. I mean, that engulfing candle was like, all right, maybe we manage our risk appropriately here for the long up timber seasonality, all-time highs every 4 years. So if they check it back, it would be something, it would be visible on the weekly, which so far, I mean, you've got a back test, but not like after the run. Let me show you. After the breakout, you had the back test, but they might, if things get bad, okay, like, oh man, the Dow Jones is melting down, and it really comes down to global liquidity, which has been exploding lately. You might see something like that in this hopefully worst case scenario. My God, then it'd be some sort of weekly inverse head and shoulders right here on the second low. It just might be another opportunity to attempt to manage risk, right? Where the stop loss probably somewhere safely below 57.5. That's hopefully the worst case. Okay, does that make sense? Weekly gains from last week gone, completely wiped out. What are you gonna do? But it's not about the weekly today, is it? Yesterday was about the weekly. Apologies for missing stream. Got invited to go eat dinner with some friends, and it's just like, man, life is all about balance. So I wanted to do that, and I'm still my hands are still shaking after that Alabama Georgia game. You saw that, dude. I mean, that's like I think possibly one of the best games I've ever seen in my entire life, just due to the fact that Georgia came back and was leading with less than 3 minutes to go in the entire game. That's what's so crazy about it. Anyway, I haven't even looked at chat, man. I'm like really rushing. I've been pretty busy today, so I'm trying to like get I don't know, just trying to get allocated or acclimated to the situation, which is hanging out, looking at Bitcoin, and witnessing the monthly close with y'all. We were gonna engulf, but we never do. We never engulf, right? Not really. Get rid of this real quick. This is the monthly chat. That shouldn't be visible. Hold on. Only things visible. So I have it on the other one. Let me get it here. Right. Here you go. There we go. So if you care about the monthly, the most important thing ever is 58.8 to 61.343, because those are the candle high closes from the previous cycle. The highest ones ever. Baba was leading. No, Georgia was leading for I think 13 seconds of regulation, which is because right, it was one play, 75 yards. Bama took the lead forever at that point. Baba trade is hot. Yeah, dude, Baba's like, it is I would think the poster child, the epitome of.
See what happens, Larry?
But also,
Is this your homework, Larry?
like, is this your homework? Did you invest in yourself and study technical structures that increase your probability chance of a particular outcome? Oh yeah, that was our homework. We did our homework for years. That Gartley, dude, the composite operator were ancient Chinese spirits with Michael Burry, right? I mean, they were like, from the grave, yes, the Gartley we are going to paint the Gartley. And then the three rising valleys. I mean, it was like that. And then, of course, only after all of that occurred, only after the composite operator accumulated, conducted his buying campaign and met his fill, right? He was finally satisfied with his position size. That took him a very long time to get satisfied, but he finally was. And then what happened? They made the call. All right, Chinese A50s breaking that support. Xi Jinping, we gotta just debase our currency, and we got to pump this thing. And that's exactly what happened. So rejoice. Composite operator always wins, chat. You can ride his coattails, or you can just go over there and just be like, hey man, I'm gonna I don't know what you're gonna do. There's only one way I know, and it's to identify his signatures, if we can help it, on significant timescales. Audio levels okay? Because, geez, he seems a little loud to me, but maybe I'm just... Okay, monthly, it's incredible. We haven't had one single month close below the key level since January 1st. So for the entire year, outside of 1 month, traders have settled up on monthly closes higher than $58,795. That March 1st, 2021 high. I think that's immaculate. I think that's incredible. It would have been absolutely wonderful if we could have had an engulfing candle, which we were working on until today. We would have, 64.7 would have done it, but hey, what are you gonna do, man? I don't think it's that important, okay? Right? I mean, engulfing candles. I mean, we had a couple, but they're at. Here was an engulfing candle October 2020, and there was another engulfing candle January 2023. You don't get many engulfings, so Yep, we don't know if we're staring into, well, the highest premium you could ever buy, the absolute top of Bitcoin, and they just massive distribution campaign for months now, or no, the sellers have tried thrice in a matter of a quarter to break this thing down. I'm talking about one time in July, another time in August, another time in September, 3 failures. And so you just think, like, okay, we now have put in a higher low, like a visible, discernible higher low was put in on the 6th of this month. And wherever this sell-off concludes, because we're in the midst of a long extended wave, right? You get waves on these markets, man. That's the X, the A, the B, the C, the D, right? You're just working on some sort of wave right now. And that thing, I'll show you, okay? Did this a little earlier for, so think about when, a sell-off concluded on Bitcoin and a rally preceded it. Look, 27% in 20 days before it, completed the bearish sharp pattern type 2 return and eventually rolled over. Okay, look how interesting this is. So we take that from the other conclusion of the sell-off, right? And a rally ensued, and we got what? About a 30% rally in about the same time, 3 weeks, 24 days, whatever. And then, unfortunately, which is the only thing that kind of makes me feel like, okay, maybe we are just a little extended on this wave. Same thing here, where you got a 26% rally from this bottom in about 3 weeks. And that's kind of been par for the course of these waves up. So if a pullback happens here, it makes a lot of sense, right? Just historically speaking, lately, about 3 weeks, 27% to 30% rallies. Okay. So you can't be that surprised because this has just been long extended the whole month. So maybe like 2 weeks of October, it's not number go up. Maybe it's not up timber, it's down timber till week 2 or 3. And then we recover, hopefully, with a higher low than the previous discernible swing low. And that, for real, is like 53K. So I think technically Bitcoin could be completely fine if wherever the sell-off concludes, it's a higher low than 53K. That's about it. Because we did just make a higher high, technically, but barely. And so if you're going to make a higher high, even if it's barely, then fine, sell off and give us a higher low. And that'll make me feel a lot better. Oh, sorry. Hold on a sec. One sec. Okay, sorry. Communication with a composite operator, of course.
Let's begin. Let's begin.
Sorry, man. Just getting the coffee in me. So late, long day. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at, and here's the other thing that happened Friday. It was a dream, right? But the same type of price action correlation we've been getting all year at this supply line, whether they break it and then it's an upthrust. It's a failure. I'm just going with these two initial touch points, with this being the third. 1, 2, 3. You don't touch them. You just leave them alone. Look at it. It's like, yeah, you've had price action below the level, but not really. I mean, like intraday. So I just respect this, and you have unfortunately failed. And when you fail to break a supply line in a downtrend, that just means you have lots of downside potential. And the next big level, I would say like 61.7. You got a swing low right here from March 19th. You got a reversal point to the downside in June 30th. You had a nice reversal point to the downside August 8th. I mean, that could be a nice test level, and that could get a lot of people freaked out. a lot of people to just get out, you know, but I guess we will see. Not really the data that I would like to come in to stream to, you know. It'd be far better if we were broken out and we were running 69K, but again, a 27% rally in 3 weeks. We've done that a couple other times this year and it never ended well. So, but right after it didn't end well, the selling pressure, though it was nasty on the crashes, really the sellers put in so much effort, but they just went nowhere. And then a rally again, oh God, lower high, bearish back test, and they sold it off again. It's like all of a sudden, like same low again on the closes, but a much higher low than the low before it. So sellers just putting in a lot of effort and just failing. And it's interesting because of the long-term trend, you know. It's like we don't want to forget about this long-term trend, but yeah, this is not easy, man. This is like straight. This is not like Alibaba setting up. It's a no-brainer. Mother of God, I'm gonna tweet about it and just everything I can possibly can to articulate to everyone an argument about Alibaba. It is not easy on Bitcoin. It almost never is. It's a very difficult asset but like, so what happens is sometimes like the altcoins will provide us with some really incredible setups on the weekly. And it's not going to happen immediately. It doesn't happen like fast, but that development eventually starts catching bids. But Bitcoin rallies first. And it's like, oh, so the coin flip on Bitcoin turned into up. And then the altcoins, incredible setup. So those M shapes, 886s, type 2 returns, bullish divergence, all that plays out later. So at least we got that kind of going. I mean, this is like, okay, Bitcoin and the end of 2023 didn't really know, hey man, like is Bitcoin gonna put in the bottom? Is the bottom in? We don't really know yet. The altcoins were showing incredible setups when there was a big question mark on Bitcoin's bottom. That was real. And then it happened again. What was it? In, I guess, September to October, we had a lot of really good setups too on the altcoins. Bitcoin did have that 12-hour through rising valleys, which was amazing. Never forget that. But yeah, right now, just long extended rallies. It's tough, man. Really tough. Okay. Bitcoin dominance, taking it on the chin, going for the lowest daily candle close, really since like September 12th, 11th, 10th. Why is it not a third XABCD? It's not deep enough. Not deep enough, sir. Well, here's the thing. The wave structure is effed. You hit a 786. But see, this wave structure is like this B point would be like a 786. If anything, it would be like a kind of a Gartley. Yeah, I mean, you're just too deep on the B point for. So you would want like between a 382 and a 618 on the B point, and this kind of went way too high for that. I mean, if you're like 76% retrace, which is exactly what this is from this high to low, you can't call it a Gartley. But it is reversing at a 78% retrace, which is the pattern completion zone, price reversal zone of the Gartley. So, but I'm thinking more like, yeah, you're gonna sell off. You're hitting a big fib node, right? And yeah, whatever. Oh God! And then eventually we run, and this is like a potential butterfly, man. Not a Gartley. It's like I'll show you. I've done it a couple times before, but see that deep retrace, and then the higher low on C is what gives you that bullish wave structure potential. And I mean, it really does translate into a 1272 up here. I mean, that's the wave structure set up right now. So this is what's so crazy about this is completely valid until sellers take out the C point. So you get how crazy that is. That's like, it makes sense because that's the previous major discernible swing low. Everything on earth is good on Bitcoin as long as wherever this sell-off concludes is higher than 53K. It could come down to freaking 55K, and it would technically still be a valid wave structure. Yeah. Hoping that's not the case, because that would kill this market. Oh my God, dude. GRT, yeah, man, GRT. I mean, you know, FTM, it's just a work of art, dude. absolute work of art on some of these. I mean, the setups are there. They're down. They're shattered. This is what happens. Like Bitcoin's down almost 3.5%.
Union members for the ports couldn't make a deal earlier. Looks like they will be going on strike. Sell the news event.
Jimmy, that's thanks to 420. That really is unfortunate because that is like supply chain. Why do you think we had a COVID crash? Chat. Why? Supply chains. Everything locked down. So we just had a generational or multi-generational catastrophe that occurred in the Southeast. We have a federal government that is unwilling to support the inhabitants of that area. Of course, go figure. That administration took National Guard members from those states and sent them overseas a day before the hurricane hit. Yes, that literally happened. There are illegal third world migrants that are hijacking the aid that is there. These are the things that are happening. So, and now you have a strike. It's kind of like a perfect storm of awful. Like, can't deny that. It's very bad. Very bad events occurring for the U.S. So, yeah, nothing surprises me anymore. Nope. Oh, and then also like the day of the hurricane or the day after, we sent a tremendous amount of money to Taiwan. Yeah, it's a joke. This is what happens when someone steals an election. I mean, you're out of your mind if you don't think 2020 was stolen with the things that these people in power are doing to us. You're crazy. Anyway, so failed break of the supply line, go figure, breaking the 200-day simple moving average, and there is downside potential. Your first target, you would think, if they keep this going, is 61.7. Okay, let's look at Bitcoin futures. The Bitcoin futures, man, bearish engulfing candle confirmed. A beautiful, failure. I mean, it's exactly where you're looking for. A back test, or I'm sorry, where you're looking for a test of the supply line. Sorry, got a little somebody distracting me. So you can see it, 59K is the target, and they have not checked back this. They have not back tested 59K. So on the futures, this makes the most sense in the world. I mean, it would fulfill everything. That's exactly what we would probably want, because it's like you broke. I mean, you tested 55 or 57.6 engulfed. Okay, great. But it might be time to go test that 200, test 59K on futures, which is not great for spot bros. Bitcoin market cap, I'm sure it's pretty much back below that level. Yep, back below 1.C. What I worry about, man, looking at this is like, are we like confirming distribution one time? No one knows. Second time, like everyone and their mother knows how awful and screwed we are. Just thinking out loud, it's just, ugh. Don't like it. Okay.
Since we started out on Bitcoin, let's go further into crypto.
Ethereum down 2.2%. Wow, not as bad as Bitcoin at all. I mean, a type 2 return would be the dream, you know. It would be cool as F if we did something like this. Oh my God, it would be like, what? No way they're doing it, man. Well, yeah, that would require Bitcoin futures going to 59K. That'd be a lot of downside for everything. Yeah, or at least 2,400. I mean, so there's more downside probably, unless Bitcoin just miraculously recovers, unless someone just starts auto bidding after a 26% rally in 3 weeks. They haven't done it the other times. This has been the end of the run. We normally get a pronounced sell-off after a 3-week run that Bitcoin rallies 26%, 30%. Okay. BNB, but really disappointing price action on BNB. They made a higher high, but no, in fact, they probably They virtually just put in the same high, third time. Nice failure up thrust. And now brutal, down 4.37%, falling below the 200-day simple moving average. A lot of downside. I mean, there's just not much here. I mean, I guess 550, but it's really 510. But even if they take it to 510 and hold, it'd be a higher low than previous discernible swing low. Max pain, but yikes. That's a fit. If you were going to call this an inverse head and shoulders, you wouldn't. You'd say that was an attempted breakout of the neckline and is now no longer it. You don't have a confirmed momentum shifting structure pattern until they break the neckline, and they didn't. They failed. They upthrusted and failed. So at the lows of the day, I mean, you wiped out a week plus of a rally. CZ getting released from jail on Friday clearly did nothing. You got to sell off, man.
Thanks for all you do. Can we take a look at XMR?
What's up, expat Matt? Thanks for 20, dude. Yeah, we can look at Monero, Bitcoin, going for the lows. You know how it is, man. It's power hour, last 60 minutes of the entire month. You know it's going to be like something. It's not going to be like a nothing burger. It has to. We got to be at the lows of day on close. It's got to be like that. Just seen it too many times. Okay. Solana down 3.3% at the lows of the day, working on a pretty nasty bearish engulfing candle, falling damn, just as soon as I come here, another tick down to the lows of the day, falling below 200. A lot of downside. They were unable, right? The one thing I really cared about was market participants, buyers taking out this 163 level, and they didn't. They failed. Another lower high, same high, whatever. A lot of downside below this level. There's just, right, you see it, 160 is such a real level going back to, it was support March 20th, April 24th, resistance, and August. So the good news is there's a lot of wiggle room, right? If Bitcoin draws down, which it is drawing down, and breaking support and break the 200-day moving average, there's a lot of room to fall, and things are still technically okay. You're not dead yet, but disappointing. I guess if you were an aggressive harmonic trader, you know, A and C point, the C point definitely got hit, not the A point. So yeah, 130 might be on deck if things get nasty on Bitcoin here. This market is the whole year, outside of what, like a month. One step forward, two steps back. One step forward, two steps back. Every freaking time, man. And just once again, and it's like, wow, hey dude, guess what happened? Apple, highest daily candle close since July 16th. The third highest daily candle close literally ever. Tesla, highest daily candle close since July 10th. Meta, highest daily candle close literally ever. Google, highest daily candle close since like August 20th. And then Microsoft, they're defending this level, and it might be a good long. Actually, might be a good long on Microsoft. I mean, you got these things going on, and then you got Bitcoin, and it's just a dunce. Like inferior asset in terms of yields in the year 2024. It's been terrible, awful. And it seems like it's continuing. This trend of Bitcoin being garbage compared to big tech is continuing. Like, when's Bitcoin going to outperform big tech? Well, the thing about it is, got the chart. Bitcoin paired to the NASDAQ looked really promising. I mean, this is like trade setup stuff. Like, you look at an asset that looks like this, you're like, man, you see this down 4%? Like, look at this. What a trend. What a key level. Defended once, rally, and then two higher lows. And then, I mean, you're still fine, right? Until you fall below 59 million. But, dude, it's like, come on. This is, yeah, you get it. You hit an 886, whatever, a deep retrace, and you sold off. But the sell-off should be concluding probably with this price. This is very favorable price action correlation to a zone, inflection zone. So you would think like this is implying that Bitcoin will outperform the NASDAQ in the coming 6 months, you know, we don't know when or whatever, but 6 months, right? This is like easy to manage risk. If it fails, minimal losses, but a lot of upside potential if it succeeds. And look what they're doing. What a freaking joke. One high. Here's the same freaking high. Confirming just god awful distribution, maybe. Oh, it's so bad. Like, what? Accumulation into distribution? It's really tough, man. Yeah, so sorry, Bitcoin maxis. Stocks own you. Yeah, stocks are your daddy,
Mitch,
like
can
Alabama's
we look at
Georgia's
SUI?
daddy.
It seems as
Yep.
if it just won't go down, regardless of what BTC is doing. Is it looking more like the top's in and now and going lower? Or, is this alt the chosen one of this cycle and up only? Thanks.
What's up with the moaning from the lady on the music? Suey? Chop suey? We'll look, man. That's all I can do. Thank you so much for the contribution to this 100% crowdsourced stream. Join the Patreon/Citadel where you get access to the trade setups like Baba. Home Depot was a killer lately, and there's a bunch of other setups that have presented themselves as of late, or few anyway, especially these altcoins. It's like, man, I would not look at it like as a really bad day today. I would just look at it as an opportunity to maybe reassess like what these are doing, and not looking at the daily or anything lesser than daily. Look at the weekly. The weekly is telling you, it's telegraphing to us what the composite operator is doing, and it's accumulating at these basement levels. Mr. Hot Dog, Bitcoin Dominance has been selling off, going for the lowest close in like a few weeks or something, couple weeks. Bitcoin near the lows of the day. We know it's going to happen with this being the last 60 minutes of the month. It's going to happen. You know it, dude. Look at it. Look at that bearish price action. It's so garbage. But still, these sellers are pathetic. Like, come on, go ahead and take us below 62.7, you joke, scam, scrub sellers. Oh, really? You just try and so what are you doing? Just do it, man. Get it over with. Like, if they don't take out these lows by close, beta scrubs, dude. These sellers, okay? All right, XRP, dude, was going to change the world. Remember? Going to change the world by, what it did yesterday. Highest daily candle close on XRP yesterday since March 13th. What? Yeah, March 13th. And now the bamboozle. Completely rejecting 63 cents, this local high from July. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Like, one step forward, two steps back. Come on, man. So that's it. That's your update. Bearish engulfing candle in 20 minutes. Get wrecked. What I can do is just kind of go. Let me go to Ethereum. Let's look at these monthly candles. Like, what are they going to look like? In 20 minutes. Nothing promising at all on Ethereum. Not a candle that makes any sense for like, oh my God, impending reversal candle on Ethereum. The weekly looks pretty good, but not monthly's. Meh. Okay, so Sol's monthly. Meh. Nothing really impressive outside of the fact that you can see this high was once again. Oh my God, dude, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive tests over 7 months. That's freaking nuts. They did it again, but whatever. It's still an active bearish engulfing candle from August. It's still there. So this doesn't really change that. Not great, just good there's no immediate follow through, but man, 123 on the monthly is like the exit for Sol. Like, you don't own Sol below that level if it's really gonna break, and we know that, right? That's where you'd be cutting your losses on Sol if it sold off and started, because that is the level, man. That's everything. 124, 130, yeah. Okay, BNB's monthly, real quick. Okay, so we see, right, the highest monthly candle close in human history on BNB, April 2021, and then the same one, a slightly higher one, November 2021, and then the third highest monthly close ever was March 2024. Oh, look, oh my God, what they did, they kind of like ran it up and just tested that level. You see it as resistance. Here we go, lows of the day, chat. for Bitcoin and all of crypto. The lows of the day going into the monthly close. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, if you don't break 62.7 by close, you sellers, because sellers, no buyers are here right now. No bids coming in. But yeah, if you don't break that local low, you're a joke. Okay, so those are your XRP monthly. Yeah, I'm sure this is really, I mean, it's okay, whatever. Going for the highest monthly candle close since July. Still above 50 cents. 50 cents is the line in the sand on this XRP chart. I think that's a big deal, man. Like, right, they most recently recaptured it in July, and for the past 2 months, buyers have been defending 50 cents. So for all the crap we talk about XRP, because it's warranted, because it does perform miserably, this monthly chart is giving us favorable price action over the past 3 months, right? Right, you got the spring action and you got the back test of spring consecutively. So that's real. That's just real life, and I'm not gonna just because XRP is garbage, you know, like most of the time price action, I'm not gonna not show you positive price action. Bitcoin continuing to sell up, down 4% now, of course. Let's go for 5, 6, 7, 8, 10%, dude. Come on. This is rookie number stuff, man. Just another failed breakout attempt. Yikes. Okay, let's just move it, man, real quick. Let's, you know, can't be here too long. But we have to give some Jesus chimes where Jesus chimes are due. The S&P 500. Look at this. We are on a 5-month all-time high win streak. It began with the bullish engulfing candle in May, and it has just non-stop gone. Yeah. If you're Bitcoin Maxi, you lose this year. You've made nothing. I mean, like, you holding Bitcoin, that's a waste of money. Like, you wasted your money owning Bitcoin when you could have owned some sort of big tech or whatever, one of these setups. A lot of liquidity here. Too much of a free market in crypto. Yeah, this is a Rudy Poo La La Land. Okay, yeah, we have animal spirits that understand if this number go down too much, the world collapses. Civilization just falls apart. And the elites want to control the world. They don't want it to be the ashes of what civilization was. They want it to exist. So they're going to make sure this number go up. Dow Jones did not have a good day at all today, but it doesn't matter because all-time highs on the monthly. It's a 5-month win streak here on positive closes, but let's look at that log scale. This log scale supply line goes back to 1929. Oh my God, dude. Look at it. There it is. October 1929, and then that peak in September 1999, and we are above that. Like, we're the furthest away from it we've ever been. Nuts. So rejoice for your stock market attendees, your IRAs, your 401ks, your SCPs, your other financial instruments, whatever, mutual funds, all of it. Nice stuff, dude. NASDAQ, not going to be as amazing as the SPY, but it does, dude, it's just highest monthly candle close in the history of the NASDAQ composite. 18,189.17. Never painted that before on a close, ever, on a monthly. And this parabolic trend line that actually, I had this painted before COVID crash. It was insane. Continuing, so you are separating from the mean of parabola. I'm gonna see if I can extend it out. It's tough to do. There we go. I mean, think about, we go down to 14.6 and you're still like parabolic. Okay, then the IWM, which should be a little more interesting. See, massive underperformance, right? Like, not even the highest close in 3 months. Like a lower monthly close than we had in July. Ugh, gross. I'd rather be in those other funds, right? Those other index funds, not small caps. God, individual small caps, you know, you can have NVIDIA life-changing gains, right? Some of the Russ 2000 stocks have they look like Nvidia, but again, it's 2000 and a lot don't look like that. So, okay. So those are your index funds on the close. Let's go to gold and look at this monthly close, right? We're just looking at, this is a big day for the monthly, all right? So here it is, chat. I'm sorry, more Jesus chimes because more all-time highs. Highest monthly close in the civilization of humans, right? 5,000 years, this has been a currency, a store value, whatever. 2630 plus, and monthly cup with handle, 2783. Oh man. And now it is time for the most beautiful thing, probably outside of that it just depends. Like, do we care about harmonics? If we talk about Japanese candlestick patterns, silver is the one on the monthly. Why? Because it is confirmed. Rising 3 methods. Highest monthly candle close on silver in 11 years. January 2013, whatever. This is massive. This just means this is a continuation. So it's, 34, 37, 48, 50. Eventually, the C point and the A point for the aggressive harmonic trader, or it would be investor at this point, just owner, position, trade, whatever. Yeah, way higher, man, and that is so promising. I would just not ignore that. Cardano did it back, and it went up, I think, like 1,200% or something crazy. $11 minutes to the close, chat. Okay. Silver did things. Sorry, I know it's just like a special stream. It's like we must honor the monthly across the markets, man, on the last day of the month, the new month, right when it closes. So, just want to real quick look at orange juice futures. Oh man, it was so close, right? It was the second highest monthly close in human history. You wish this was Bitcoin. You wish, man. Just think about going back, man, and just looking at price action, right? Because like that just becomes just the thing I do. Like, yeah, I like patterns. I love harmonics, but I love price action. I love higher lows, major discernible higher lows. I love favorable price action correlation to key levels. Okay, well that's the case on like orange juice. Like, this is so educational, man, because you just know there's this level from history that goes back to the 1980s, man. 1978 really. Tested as support for rally. It's been tested as resistance for selling off, resistance for dumping. But look what happened. They recaptured it. A crazy run hit a resistance, and they tested support, right? A rally, and then the valley. Oh no, the sellers violated that key 1978 level. But then look on the monthly what happened before the King of King rallies, right? They recaptured the level, and then they spent the greater part of 6 months back testing the spring, reconfirming the validity of this key level as support. That's the stuff you're looking for. Whether it's the monthly, daily, weekly, 4 hour, I don't care, hourly, 60 minute, it doesn't matter. 30 minute, I don't care. That's what you're looking for. Positive price action correlation. And we had a run off. We had the 3 rising valleys too. That was identified more than this. I wasn't even really looking at the monthly. It was legit like this, that, like ungodly classic accumulation before moon. So. But now this does look super toppy, doesn't it, on the weekly? My God, orange juice, the biggest rising wedge. Man, how are we anchoring this? It might have already broken the level. God. We would do it like that maybe with the candle close and the wick. I mean, you're nearing the apex, so this is like resolving soon. Like this resolution soon, whether it's break upward to $600+ or where it's time finally to end.
Sleepy T super chatted $49.99. Dollar Wolf back at its WMA. After a trend reversal pattern and breakout, is this a good appointment to add? Thanks Mitch as
Oh,
always
Sweet Tea, thanks
ways.
for the $50
Hey
contribution,
Mitch,
man.
can you
Really
check out
appreciate
dollar
that.
high tie on the TSX, 3D and daily? Accumulation?
Tlac Crypto, thank you so much for the $20-ish contribution. Thank you. Yeah, we can look at that, but just look at this, okay? Just.
Oh, would you look at this?
Man, orange juice. If it breaks upward, I can believe it because I don't expect anything. But dude, you're talking about weekly. All right, you have that massive structure. This is just education, man, okay? Because this is stuff you can apply to any chart, any asset, right? So I'm just trying to reinforce the right things to look for on assets, right? Topping out, bottoming out for your benefit. So I know it's orange juice, but dude, like a rising wedge that is 90% of the way through its development with this extreme bearish divergence. This is implying that orange juice is done. The buyers are extremely exhausted. And you think about 1, 2, and 3, and think about like the price action here, right? Where you get this crazy run, right? And it concludes the buying climax November 20th of 2023. Sell off the rally, right? Huge markup, but then a sell off again, back test this level. But then another rally that is so unsubstantive compared to the rally we got in before, right? This was a huge rally, and this rally it's just barely taken out the previous high. So you're witnessing buyers trying really hard to get this thing higher, but there's just not enough fuel in the tank. There's not enough of them. So that's what you're literally identifying the price action, or you're identifying the psychology of the buyers and sellers, and you're seeing the buyers just can't really do it anymore. And these oscillators are just playing ball, saying, yes, impending price action, reversal to the downside on orange juice. So I'm not trying to call the top. I'm just saying these are exhaustion signatures with the pattern and the oscillators. So pay attention. It's beautiful. It's artwork. We'll see what happens. Okay, it will meet its demise, just like cocoa futures. Anything that goes parabolic, eventually it reverts. Its cycle concludes. These are cyclical assets. The whole asset class itself is that. Just like, for instance, natural gas. If y'all remember, natural gas was like unbelievable a couple years ago, and it put in beautiful head and shoulders pattern, like momentum shifting structure on a second major peak on the weekly. And what happened? It pulled a Terra Luna. It didn't go bankrupt or zero, but it literally went down to the level where it's reversed every single time. Okay, there it is. Like natural gas, like up here. If you don't remember, well, first off, I mean, you had dark cloud cover on the daily, but then a bearish engulfing candle on the weekly. But I'm just saying, right? Whoa. But 161 to 190 historically is the level where it always reverses. Sorry, I'm getting on these tangents, man. I'm sure people probably want to look at like altcoins or individual assets. I'm just trying to, provide that value that you like, because everyone's on a trending. If you're watching the stream, you're probably interested in technical analysis. So it's like kind of this should be valuable, to you. I mean, maybe you already know it, but if you already know it, it's just reinforcing what you already know. So cyclical assets, right? Commodities, right? What a freaking run. It bottomed out. We identified a bullish dragon in 2020 during a Patreon hangout back in the day. I remember with Probes, and there were many others that were attending that. And then this bull trend. And then look at the daily, how it concluded. It's so wonderful. It's a dream of all dreams. You can't even make this up. Terra Luna, the same structure, the slightly higher high, but then that dark cloud cover identified the day it happened. And then the head and shoulders, and then another head and shoulders, and it was just over. But not anymore. Now the trend is quite possibly reversing with that higher low. Okay, let me try to get these requests because we only have 4 minutes to the close, and I do kind of gotta. Yeah, hold on. Let's look at Turtle real quick. Beautiful. How gorgeous is this?
I like turtles.
but rightfully get him a body bag, right? Get him a body bag in the most appropriate way ever, because this equidistant channel has been a dream. Testing failing to break the 200, the supply line of the channel, and I mean, virtually hit 2.3. We're so close. But this is what it looks like. This is how it goes. Downtrend continues, at least contained within the parameters. So, all right, what was that request? Let's see here. Monero was number 1. That was the first request, man. XMR. I can't remember what exchange I've been looking at because they just keep delisting it, man. Kraken maybe. It was Kraken. Yeah, this crap's just terrible. It's a stable coin, man. Like they legit, I think, made it this way. We discussed last time we were here because someone requested it. And it's like it does look good, but they can't break the level ever. No matter if they put in confirmation lows, they put in little M shapes, it doesn't matter. They run it up to 173 and they just can't freaking break it. And again, once again, chat, the same outcome. Too much supply at 173, I guess, for the rest of our lives. And now, like, breaking back down, I mean, you could find yourself at 133 and it wouldn't even be weird. I mean, this is a heart rate monitor. This is kind of as bad as XRP at this point. Yep, Monero's in the XRP world. But the thing is, though, fundamentally speaking, they are the equal and exact opposite of each other. Purest form of privacy in the world right here. Untraceable, unhackable, fungible, all the things. And then XRP is a banker's, you know, central bank, World Economic Forum, gonna surveil you and you will own nothing and you will be killed and replaced. Coin. So I would go Monero all day over XRP just for that fact. But awful. Just, I don't know. Like, I don't think, unless if they break 173 and it's real, who knows, you know, because all the fake outs, like, then yeah, maybe it's gonna get a markup, but it can't. They can't do it. They're just keeping it flat as a stable coin, I guess. Maybe a lot of people parking their cash here, you know, probably is, based on this performance, not a bad area. I mean, not a bad asset to just store your cash in based on this performance where it's just hanging out. Okay. And it's private, you know, it's completely hidden to the world. Okay. All right, we got 2 minutes till the close. So we do have ourselves local on the 8s. You're local on the 8s. Thank you, dude. So the question was, look at it. It seems it won't just go down. It just won't go down, regardless of what Bitcoin's doing. It's looking more like the top is in and now going lower. It's a runaway. You know, like you have to see with these. You don't know. That's why you construct a trading plan before. So if you, I mean, the thing that one might have done is like gone long down here at the 886 of the M shape, as close as possible to that as you could, or the back test of spring on that September 12th date, 88 cents. Those are your only opportunities, really. I mean, you had a couple, and then just no one knows. It's whack-a-mole, man. You don't know which asset's going to perform like this because no other crypto is really performing like this. Since it's completed the M shape. Many others have completed the exact same M shapes, but have done almost nothing, which is kind of good because, hey, that means we have opportunity. The comet, the Sui comet, is gone. And Jesus chimes chat, we have a monthly close. Bitcoin did not engulf, but highest monthly close in a couple months. Ooh, cool story, bro. We did it. You've hit a 78% retrace here. Well, who's to say it can't go to the 886, 199, $2? Psychological, it's an overhead resistance, the A point of the harmonic. I mean, there's maybe a little more upside here, but again, trading plan, you have your targets before you enter and you abide by those. And so you might have maybe already taken one. You might have had one target, or you're, again, waiting on 199. Or, yeah, the 1272 is at 263. So, hold on a sec. Okay, we did formally close below 63,588, get wrecked, everybody. But the sellers Confirmed beta. Scrub losers, right? Oh, we can't even take out the local lows on the 4-hour, 60-minute joke. You hear me, sellers? You out there? Joke. You should be ashamed of yourself. Okay, yeah, so Sui, a little more upside, but yeah, you're approaching targets, and then, of course, this could be done soon for a pullback, right for a pullback, sure. But there's no real, like, there's no buyer or seller exhaustion, I'm sorry, buyer exhaustion yet. There's no bearish divergence. You're impulsing, so you're in coin flip stage. This could keep going. This could freaking bust out, go to 263. This could go to 322, the way crypto works, man. Like, there's no... nothing at all that implies that the buyers are exhausted yet, which is kind of crazy, right? After such an insane run. Yeah. Okay. Wolf Tang for Sleepy T. I think it's game without 50, man. He said, back at its WMA, a moving average. Stop loss below $4. That's my IMO. Like, I don't really know what's going to happen with it. I just know that the key level is here. I don't think you want to own it below that because there's a ton of downside below $4. So hopefully they keep it propped up above that. The double inverted hammer is also, if you fall below the double inverted hammers, then they're not valid either. And it's just like, there's no point in being in wolf below $4. I don't think, until something develops that looks good. There was like some bearish divergence locally, a high, then a slightly higher high like Bitcoin, but then look, lower levels. So, yeah, Sleepy T, thank you, man. Sorry, dude, I've just got, you know, life, man. It's not always like, oh, I'm just completely, you know, I am the chart. I'm like Mike TV, you know, from Willy Wonka, where he's like in the TV. That's like normally me, but I kind of like gotta handle stuff. Accumulation, sure. I mean, line in the sand on this one certainly would be 240. I would not own it below 247. You got a little completed M shape here, nice 886 in the little uptrend. With like, oh my god, dude, it's like the more you look at it, the better. Look, almost like 3 rising valleys locally. It's like Bitcoin in October 2023. I do like it. I like that. Yeah, they put in a bottom, man, didn't they? They did. So, yep. Targets, easy target right there. That's your target. If they keep this price propped up above 247 long enough, your target's 366. If they ever break that, I think you're probably looking at like the swing lows 498. So yeah, there's more than before. Higher highs, higher lows. You're above the 200 moving average for now. But all we know is like the levels, and if they keep the level, they defend this. They have defended it. They actually violated it. The sellers said they recaptured it and they reconfirmed its validity as support. So you technically have a spring back test. It's already happened on high tide on the Toronto Stock Exchange. Spring back test of spring. So the technical indicator has occurred. That's increased your probability of up. So you can go with that, right? That's a good chart. High tide, roll tide, dude. Come on, great request, man. Because yeah, you saw that game. Hopefully. If you're Canadian, maybe not, but I know some did. All right, so we got through the requests. Monthly candle close on Bitcoin. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look, man. How the monthly close. It's great, not terrible, but I mean, I think it's like any time you close. So what'll happen? So you think about a monthly, oh God. So they'll come down probably, and we'll test 61.6 minimum, right? Test that monthly candle high close. Just hopefully if that's the last time, right? You test it, you hold, and then we go for up timber. But, you know, line in the sands, 58.8 here on the monthly. 3 month, yeah, quarterly close. You're right, dude. Thank you. Kind of nothing burger. Not really anything that, yeah, that's kind of an indecision candle. But again, the 3 month all-time high in January 2021, still above it. They held it. But yeah, here I would think the same thing, 61.8 for a test. Hopefully they defend it and we run off of that back test. So yeah, seasonality's good, but we are unfortunately technically trading below some very key levels that we need to recapture very soon. Otherwise, the minimum target on deck, if they catch follow through on this bearish breakdown confirmed just moments ago, follow through would take us to 61.7 first. If they can't defend that, if there's not enough demand there, then we'll see 58.4 after that. So those are your levels. That was a terrible daily close, but let's just pray to God that it's not about the breakdown itself. It is about the follow-through price action. So we'll be awaiting, very close to neutral. I mean, you're about neutral on momentum. It's completely reset. So I would say you got resolution coming, right? I think we have a big move down coming or a big move up coming, like where they start recapturing the momentum, and we start building positive momentum again, or the negative momentum starts taking over with big selling. So, yep. Unfortunate event on the daily. So bad, man. Another fail. Like, same thing. Same. This bear trend crap, man. Can't break it. Up thrust, fail. Up thrust, fail. Up thrust, fail. Oh my God, what a loser. On the daily RSI. Just joke, man. So, pray we can get above the levels, but if not, you know what's below us, 61.7 and then 58.4, okay? So you have, the good news is for now, you haven't even taken out these local lows yet, so pray to God they don't. And then we'll be great, man. So thank you for coming out.
The Comet Atlas had just entered Earth's orbit yesterday by mini-moon. A ring of fire eclipse will occur this Thursday, and strong auroras will be in the sky this week. Let's rock.
Looking forward to it, man. We'll have a lot of light pollution here, but we'll be, I mean, you'll see me multiple more times before then, so we can talk about it then. But thank you, dudes. Sorry I gotta get out of here, but thanks for likes, love, support, everything. Y'all are amazing. I love this community. It's such a dream life to get to hang out with y'all and just talk charts. And I get to do what I love, you know. And I mean, I invested my entire life into this, you know, 13 years, going on 14 in this world, and just want to, you know, just give back anything I learned. I'm just trying to be the person I wish I had when I was learning this entire language, TA. So I'll be back. Until next time, respect the T. Hey.
The Comet Atlas had just entered Earth's orbit yesterday by mini-moon. A ring of fire eclipse will occur this Thursday,